Aloha, big kids. Miss Patton here. Today we're going to be finishing off our story, Chrysanthemum. So remember that we read the beginning and the middle of the story already. Do you remember what happens in the beginning? Do you remember how Chrysanthemum feels about her name in the beginning? What about the middle? How does she feel about her name in the middle? So we can look at our pictures to help us remember what happened in our story. So we have our front cover, our spine, and our back cover of our book. Go ahead and open up. And here we have our title page. Let's go ahead and take a look at our pictures to help us remember what happened in our story. So remember that Chrysanthemum was born and her parents thought she was perfectly perfect. And they found a name to match that. I remember that Chrysanthemum loved her name also. Then she went to school. She was very excited about that. But the other little boys and girls were not so nice to her about her name. They said some mean things about how long it was and made her feel sad. She went back to school, and again, students were not so nice, especially Victoria. Remember, she was not showing kindness to Chrysanthemum. So let's go ahead and read the end and see what happens, and we can finish our page in our ready book. All right, so I'll go ahead and share my screen, and we'll share our story. So last time we stopped here, so we'll go ahead and turn to the next page. "Welcome home," said her mother. "Welcome home," said her father. "School is no place for me," said Chrysanthemum. "They said I even look like a flower. They pretended to pick me and smell me." "Oh, pish," said her mother. "They're just jealous. And envious, begrudging, and discontent, and jaundiced," said her father. "Who wouldn't be jealous of a name like yours?" said her mother. "After all, it's absolutely perfect," said her father. Chrysanthemum felt a trifle better after her favorite dessert, chocolate cake with buttercream frosting, and another evening filled with hugs and kisses and parcheesi. That night, Chrysanthemum dreamt that she really was a chrysanthemum. She sprouted leaves and petals. Victoria picked her and plucked the leaves and petals one by one until there was nothing left but a scrawny stem. It was the worst nightmare of Chrysanthemum's life. Chrysanthemum wore her outfit with 7 pockets next morning. She loaded the pockets with her most prized possessions and her good luck charm. Chrysanthemum took the longest route possible to school. She stopped and stared at each and every flower. "Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum," the flowers seemed to say. That morning, the students were introduced to Mrs. Twinkle, the music teacher. Her voice was like something out of a dream, as was everything else about her. The students were speechless. They thought Mrs. Twinkle was an indescribable wonder. They went out of their way to make a nice impression. Mrs. Twinkle led the students in scales. Then she assigned roles for the class musical. Victoria was chosen as the dainty fairy queen. Rita was chosen as the spiffy butterfly princess. Jo was chosen as the all-important pixie messenger. and Chrysanthemum was chosen as a daisy. Chrysanthemum's a daisy, chrysanthemum's a daisy, Joe, Rita, and Victoria chanted, thinking it was wildly funny. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. "What's so humorous?" asked Mrs. Twinkle. "Chrysanthemum," was the answer. "Her name is so long," said Joe. "It scarcely fits on her name tag," said Rita, pointing. "I'm named after my grandmother," said Victoria. "She's named after a flower." Wow, those boys and girls aren't being very kind to her. "My name is Long," said Mrs. Twinkle. "It is?" said Joe. "My name would scarcely fit on a name tag," said Mrs. Twinkle. "It would?" said Rita, pointing. "And," said Mrs. Twinkle, "I'm named after a flower too." "You are?" asked Victoria. "Yes," said Mrs. Twinkle. "My name is Delphinium. Delphinium Twinkle. And if my baby is a girl, I'm considering Chrysanthemum as a name. I think it's absolutely perfect." Chrysanthemum could scarcely believe her ears. She blushed, she beamed, she boomed. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Let's see her big smile. So how is Chrysanthemum feeling about her name now? Joe, Rita, and Victoria looked at Chrysanthemum longingly. "Call me Marigold," said Joe. "I'm Carnation," said Rita, pointing. "My name is Lily of the Valley," said Victoria. Chrysanthemum did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She knew it. You can tell by her big smile too. Epilogue. So after the story. Overall, the class musical was a huge success. Chrysanthemum was absolutely perfect as a daisy. Victoria made the only mistake. She completely forgot her lines as the dainty fairy queen. Chrysanthemum thought it was wildly funny, and she giggled throughout the entire dance of the flowers. Eventually, Miss Twinkle gave birth to a healthy baby girl, and of course, she named her Chrysanthemum. All right, we could get out our ready book and get to our page here. All right, and here is our page. This is at the end. So we need to draw a picture about who helps Chrysanthemum feel happy about her name. So do you remember who comes to class and helps her feel happy about her name? Mrs. Twinkle. So here's a picture of her singing that you could draw. You could also draw the children with her. And then she is talking with the children. And there she is one more time. So we've talked a lot about in the beginning and the middle of the story pages about how to draw a mouse and to make our characters. So I can't wait to see your end where you show me and you draw a picture about who helps Chrysanthemum feel happy about her name again. All right, kids. I hope you have a great day. Aloha.